In this video, we've put together a great itinerary for 3, 4, 5, 7 or 7 days in Lisbon, so you can make the most of all the sites, tourist attractions and cities that are close by. Is it worth doing the round trip? Which cities? Fátima is a quick visit, you can go back and forth, put Óbidos, Cascais, Sintra and the sites, tours, how to do them, how to organize them, and in short, a very nice itinerary for you to do. And for as many days as you want in Lisbon, prioritizing everything by region and getting to know the best things in the best possible way, guys. So don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel because that really helps us a lot, and buckle up. Hey guys, for those who don't know me, I'm Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the Grupo Dicas, the largest travel content network in the world, and today we're going to talk about itineraries from 1 to 7 days in Lisbon. Really cool travel itineraries divided up and organized day by day, everything you're going to see by region. This is an important tip, since Lisbon is so big, I like to divide everything up by region. So on day 1, you do these regions that are more here, day 2, you do other areas that are further away like Belém, for example, and then you can optimize your trip as much as possible. And of course, we'll give you all the tips on how to plan it, how to buy tickets, the cheapest hotels, everything you need, guys. It's all here. So let's start with Lisbon. A nice itinerary, guys. In Lisbon, I think you have to stay for at least 5 days, right? It's ideal, at least 3, 4, at most 7, 8, but I think 5 is ideal, and I'll explain it to you here. If you can only stay 3 days, prioritize the 3 coolest days that you like the most. If you're staying longer, you can add days, but it's an average. Here I'm going to talk about 5 ideal days in Portugal, Lisbon, and then you decide what to do, whether to add more or not, how many days to stay, okay? So you decide which thing's best. So let's go. The first day in Lisbon, you enjoy the central part of the city, which is probably where you'll be staying. We'll give you hotel tips here so you can do everything on foot in the best center in the heart of Lisbon. So everything I'm going to talk about here on the first day is practically all on foot, right? So on the first day, you get to know the heart of Lisbon. You walk along Rua Augusta, which is one of the most important streets there. You get to Rossio Square, an iconic square that everyone likes to stand in and take pictures of. Take a look at the Tagus river nearby, one of the most important rivers in Europe. There's also a very nice bridge which you can see from above and from afar, which makes for beautiful photos. So this first day, guys, I think it's a good idea to spend more time in this area. As well as Praça do Rossio, there's also Praça do Comércio, which is a very famous square, and if you walk around these squares, you see that there are restaurants, there are lots of nice things for you to stop and see. Portugal's cuisine, guys, is incredible. It's cheap, it's one of the cheapest in Europe, so use it, have some nice wine, which is cheap too, go for a walk, but try to keep walking around this area and look for good restaurants. And then after lunch, you can go to Lisbon's headquarters, which is very famous. It's an iconic and cultural place in the city. It's near there, and then it'll be more or less afternoon. Try to go in the afternoon, try to catch the late afternoon at São Jorge Castle. It's super beautiful, it's higher up, it's a bit of a walk to get there. There is a staircase, right? A word of warning for those who sometimes have mobility difficulties, some kind of restriction. It's a big effort up there because there are a lot of steps, there's no elevator, there's nothing, but the scenes from up there are beautiful. The sunset is beautiful, it's a great place for you to see, guys. It's really worth the view. On the second day, you can visit the Chiado district, where there are lots of restaurants and bookshops. It's very nice. There's a famous cafe called A Brasileira. It's very well known. There's a statue of Fernando Pessoa, and it's very crowded. If you can't have your coffee there, you can have it in a cafe next door, which is practically the same, but you should stop just to see it. If you want to see the statue and take a worthwhile photo, make the opportunity to go to the Ribeira Market, a market that has all various cuisines, spices, products, food. It's nice to eat there too, guys. It's very typical food, very tasty, very fresh. So use it there for lunch, to wander around, and then go straight to the Alto neighborhood, which is another very famous area. You can use the Gloria elevator to go up there, which is also one of the tourist attractions. Then you can wander around, go to the São Luís de Camões Square. There's the Miradouro de Santa Catarina, which is very beautiful. There's the Church of Santa Catarina. There's Rua Bica do Arte de Melo, which is also very nice. It's a very very cool place. At night, there are restaurants, it gets a bit trendy. Stay in this area, enjoy Lisbon, and then go back. And guys, I've given you all the tips you need to plan everything, so don't worry, it's much easier. Down here in the video description, I've left a link that we've created, a page with all the links to all the websites we use to plan our trips. Below you'll find a link to all the websites and all the tips you need to organize your trip to Portugal. And then there are hotels we've stayed in Lisbon, the hotel we stayed in the first time, I've listed it here. It's super cheap, you can do everything on foot, it's right in the heart of Lisbon, sensational. There's another one too, very good. There's also the internet chip, the travel insurance, which is mandatory for Europe. We have an insurance comparator that we've found to be incredible. It finds insurance at half the price of insurance companies. There's the car rental buyer, the website to buy the trains. To get to all the regions in Europe, you have to use the train. There's no way. Only Lisbon and Porto are a long way away. There is also the ferry website, the ticket website. The ticket website, guys, has all the excursions and tours you can take at the best price of all. The service is good and it's available in several world currencies, so you don't pay IOF. So take a look below, use it, it's got everything right. There's a global digital account now, which is the best way to take your money to Europe and all over the world. You'll save more than 10% compared to buying foreign exchange the traditional way. So take a look, everything is organized. Use the link to plan your trip. The discounts are already included automatically, so save this page, log in calmly later, do your research, check everything out, compare with other places. You see that the prices are unbeatable. You'll be able to plan everything easily, quickly, and in the cheapest way possible of all. It's really, really amazing. And on the third day in Lisbon, this third day, I think it's my favorite, guys. It was very nice, which is to go to the Belém area. I like to separate. I'm separating for you the points by region, so you don't waste time getting around, so everything I'm talking about is close by. The third day you go to Belém, it's a bit far away. By Uber, maybe 20 minutes. We walked along the Tagus river from the center to Belém. I think it was an hour, but it was very easy and very quick, because you can walk, you can stop, have some beer, have a coffee, so it's quick. If you go to the Belém area, there's the Belém Tower, which is Lisbon's main tourist attraction. You can go in, there's a museum inside. It's not a must-see museum, but if you have time, it's cheap, you can go in or just take pictures from the outside. Nearby too, on the way, you'll find the Discovery Standard, which is a very famous and very iconic monument in Portugal. Inside, it's also a tourist attraction, but you can go in or not, and in front of the Belém Tower, more or less, there's the Jerónimos Monastery. It's a beautiful place, you guys, it's peaceful, tranquil, we love the details inside. It's worth it, and you need to buy the ticket, but it's also easy on this ticket website I mentioned it, and which is also here in the description of the video. It sells all the tickets. Take a look, you see all the prices, and next door there is the famous Pastel de Belém, which is the most famous restaurant in theory with the famous and traditional Pastel de Belém. The Pastel de Belém, guys, is actually called Pastel de Nata in Portugal, okay? We created this story about the Pastel de Belém, but you see that they say at the time that the real and traditional pastel was called the Pastel de Nata, just like that. But there's all the tradition, and the most traditional Pastel de Belém is the one in the restaurant next to the Jerónimos, which you see there is actually called the Belém restaurant, Pastel de Belém, something like that. And guys, if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll try to help, right? It's just that there are a lot of messages, but I'm making an effort here. I really like to help. I'm doing my best to answer everyone. Whoever wants to, and it's even quicker than here on YouTube, add me on Instagram at Lorenzi, and then send me a direct message and I'll try to help even faster. There, the dynamics are a little faster. I send the audio, I can respond faster, and take the opportunity to follow me there to see all the trips we make, our life here in the United States. And speaking of which, guys, we have a project, a very cool new channel that we made about our family called Lorenzi Family. If you can, watch it, like it, subscribe. It's really cool. We're sharing our whole life here in the United States because we moved to Orlando with our two daughters, me, Lee, Clarinha, and Laurinha. We show the Disney parks because we live 15 minutes from the parks, the amusement parks, the beaches here, the cities, the whole world, because we keep traveling everywhere. So it's a very cool piece of content. Whoever can enjoy it, subscribe and watch it. Follow us there, and I think you're gonna like the content. It's for the whole family. The fourth day in Lisbon, I'd set aside for you to go to the Oceanário de Lisboa, which is beautiful, guys. It's a gigantic aquarium, especially for those with children. It's a very nice trip to take. Lisbon's cable car is also a very nice attraction. The view is beautiful. Take a walk, check out the last few things that remain to be seen, but I think it's a great day out. And then the fifth day of your trip, this fourth day, maybe you can replace it with one of the tours I'm going to talk about now, but leave it there first so you can see what you prefer. I'd leave the fifth day for Sintra. There are some tips from Lisbon, for example, to Sintra, which is 30 to 40 minutes away. It's a beautiful excursion. You get to see the castle of Sintra. It's a very medieval town, you know. It's very old. It's a bit different from Lisbon, and I think it's an incredible trip, well worth doing. There's also the one with Sintra, Óbidos. Take a look. There are lots of great day trips. Below in the video on the tickets and excursions website, go there. You see that there are lots, and there are the main ones. The best rated. In one day you get to know several towns. So there is the Sintra region, which has a few other towns, and there's also Cascais, which is a bit more beachy. It's a beautiful town, but I would prioritize this Sintra tour, right? I think it's sensational. It's close, it's quick, it's cheap, it's beautiful, it's worth doing. I'd put the fifth day towards one of these attractions, so in the end you choose to see which is best for you, but this is my recommendation. On the 6th and 7th days, you could also add one more day of sightseeing in Lisbon for shopping, eating, and sightseeing, or you can also go to other cities like the ones I mentioned, and Fátima. For those who are Catholic, those who are Christian, there's all the religiosity. It's a very beautiful region, very iconic and very strong with the history of Our Lady of Fátima, so it's a nice city and it's close to Lisbon too. It's only an hour and a bit away. There are excursions, take a look, but you can combine Lisbon with a lot of these cities, so you can already explore a lot of Portugal on the basis of Lisbon, whether it's 3 to 7 days, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. You can make up your own itinerary, guys. You just follow once you need, see what you need and what you want to do, and then you go without a problem. Just check it out, see what you need, what you want, because this is this part that in the end is going to be very individual. Everyone has his style of traveling, so you decide. And one doubt remains. It's worth going to Porto, isn't it? Porto, if you take the train, it's 3 hours from Lisbon. It's easy. It's a beautiful trip. You can do it. You can visit it. I think the round trip is a bit heavy. If you want to go to Porto, try putting in at least 2 days, sleeping there for a night or two to get to know the city, but it's up to everyone. Some people like to do the round trip. I thought it was better not to do it, to focus everything on Lisbon or to spend more days there to really get to know the city of Porto. So check it out, research it, organize it, but it's a 3-hour trip. You can do it. You can go by train. Down here in the description of the video, in the links that I commented on, there's the website that searches for train tickets. Take a look at the tickets, but there are people who include it, there are people who don't. It's up to everyone's taste, so it's really individual. And down here, guys, don't forget the link to the page we made just for you to organize the whole trip. Save it, send it to your email, use it on your computer, because by following it, you'll be able to plan your entire trip. By hiring everything from the best and cheapest places, you see that discounts are already included. These are very aggressive prices to try to help you organize your trip in the best possible way. And of course, guys, as cheaply as possible for you to save money on your trip. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel, because it really helps us a lot. Because it really helps us to produce more and more content and to grow the channel in a much stronger way. And over here, I'm going to leave you with the 2 super important videos so you can continue planning your trip to Portugal, guys. So thank you very much and have nice trips.